My intentions, we had a pretty good hack session on Sunday. Just curious to see if there's any questions or anything that needs to be that are blockers. Some updates from everyone is always fun, but I don't really have any other major intentions for the call. As far as distractions, I definitely have distractions. The power in my RV isn't working really well, and I don't know why. So it's very distracting. And I'll pass it to Vitor.
And intentions are to sync up with you guys, show off a bit of the progress, and yeah, I don't have any distractions. I'll pass to Mitch.
My distractions is I'm trying to get this speech ready I'm supposed to do today. But for params, no distractions, I guess, and no intentions either, just to catch up. I'll give it to Benoit.
Hi guys, I didn't get what are we supposed to say?
Just what are your distractions, and what are your intentions for this meeting?
Oh, I don't really get the distraction. What is it about? Well, for now, I'm just new, so I'm here to understand how this meeting works and try to find a fit to be able to contribute. That's it.
Cool. And then just pass it to someone else, Benoit.
Okay, and I pass to Lauren.
Hey guys, yeah, my intentions for the call are just to be present and sync up with you guys. I'm just a little bit distracted about getting on my computer, and I'm like, oh, I have to make tweets and put things in places, so I'm a little distracted by that, but not so bad. I'll pass it to Zepti.
Thanks, Lauren. Yeah, my intention is to catch up, see the last updates from you guys. Yeah, super cool. And I don't have any distraction, so just learning and listen. I'll pass it to Griff.
Manu?
Yeah, intention to share feedback I got from a product designer yesterday, and no distractions. Also, intention to sync up, see what else I can help with, what are you guys working on, to push it on user testing for this coming week, and that's it. I'm not sure if not your handle has gone yet.
Hey, I'm new, same as Benoit, just joining to listen in and learn a bit more about how things work. Start with some of the feedback on the dashboard. Reached out Manu over time. Did that and just participating and learning lots. That's it for me. I'll don't know who else to pass it to. Who hasn't gone?
I can take it. So, well then, the only intention I saw, and this will be a fast call. We have 2 agenda topics, just maybe a quick review of everything, and maybe we can maybe Vitor can give us a quick tour, and things will pop up. But first, let's start with Manu and the product designer, the feedback that you got.
Right. Yeah, so let's see. Okay. Let me know if there's an issue with screen sharing. I assume you're looking at the slides right here. And it's a short round of user testing because I updated everyone on Sunday, the hack session. Yeah, it's mainly that the text that appears when you hover over the actual parameter, he suggested that we add a tooltip, like the typical question mark where when you hover over it, you see the explanation that's already there. So reason being, it's not obvious that there's going to be an explanation popping out or hovering or appearing when you hover over the thing, and it takes time for users to find it. So that's just a small edit over what we have right now. And he suggested that for tooltip content, we answer the questions, what is it, which we already have, and what are the consequences of changing it, which we do not. Also, he said that the questions on top of each of the modules, it's a little bit confusing, and we changed that for a statement that explains what the chart is doing. So yeah, what the chart is trying to tell you as a statement, phrase it as a statement instead of a question, and also how do I interpret the chart. I thought that was really great feedback, and I remember that had also come up before. Like the question was sort of like throwing users off. So maybe we revisit that and let Marco know. Also, the pie chart that
Before we go into because you brought up two topics, maybe we could just really quickly address them.
yes,
Yeah. Mitch, do we have the little eyes in front of the hover overs, or is it just hover over and then it pops up?
Not all of them. Only the most confusing ones, because I guess the design thing for Marco is literally the whole page is going to be filled with question marks. So that was the thing. It's like the most confusing ones, like they're there, but I guess maybe it was a design thing of having question marks all over the page. To answer your question.
Cool. And then, what do you think, Mount Manu? Like, what would it be? Do you think it might be too ugly with all the question marks everywhere?
No, I don't. I think people are already used to having that type of UI UX where there's a question mark, and so it's explanatory. I don't think it'd be ugly, or if it's a little bit crowded. I think people are gonna get more out of it than aesthetically being aesthetically pleasing. People are gonna get a better user experience if they have it there. Plus, there's gonna be different types of users, which some of them are gonna be more familiar than others, and I mean we have to help them with the steep learning curve. So I definitely think that the question mark tooltip is the way to go. I don't think it'll be ugly.
I want to share something. Okay. I was yesterday using Agave, and these small question marks, they are super useful, and if you make them little, like, do not annoy people, but being able to be there so people can understand when people is there and they don't know how to interact, they just start clicking. At least that was my experience yesterday using Agave, and I think it's good to have, and it's awesome.
Cool. Well,
okay.
Mitch,
well,
would you be down to talk to Mark?
Talk to
and get him to confirm that he's cool. I mean, I would want. I mean, I don't know. Do you think we need to go to Marco, or should we just go for it? Add the eyes.
I mean, we could probably just do it, and I'm probably not gonna put it in the Figma, but I'm probably just gonna make an issue for Pedro or somebody.
Okay, cool.
Just wherever there's a tooltip, we'll just have a little tiny question mark thing, the same one they've already been using.
Perfect. And then the other one were the questions. We removed the questions from token thaw, right? But we didn't remove the questions from the other ones.
Yeah.
Manu, do you think we should remove the questions from all of them?
I think just rephrase it. So I mean, because right now we have it both ways. We have the question, like, what price should we set the TC token at launch, and then we have the opening price is the price we sell. We have a question and then like an answer or a statement. So yeah, just showing or telling what the chart is trying to do in like a more straightforward, to the point way, and yeah, yeah.
Well, I feel like we'd be better off removing it than trying to change it, personally.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Maybe we leave that one for a little bit more user testing. What do you think, Mitch?
Yeah, I don't know if Pedro already put this stuff in. I think he might have literally just done all the work to make this change for each parameter that we highlight, and then we're going to delete it. But anyway, I have to agree at the same time that this was never a good design, and it's been coming up over and over again of it being confusing that the questions are over top of the graph. And I agree that there's not really very much explanation for these charts, and that would be the logical place to put it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, does anyone else have a thought on that? Should we replace the questions with a description of the chart?
Yeah, like what are the consequences of moving around the parameters?
I mean,
the value.
I wouldn't go into consequences and stuff because we built forum posts for that. Like, go and read it. You know, I don't want to have like bulky text, but just like, what the hell does this chart mean? What is this graph trying to tell you? You know, and maybe 2 sentences in there.
Yeah, the consequences are too vast. That's the thing. It's this web. You have these 18 parameters, and many of them affect the whole system in many diverse ways. So to summarize it, honestly, would be doing a disservice to the complications that exist, that are just real. And it's not a simple, hey, designing economies is not simple. Sorry. So you're not going to get 2 sentences about the impacts of this thing. If you want to understand the why, you got to go to the forum post and look. But we can definitely describe the graph. I think that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mitch, I guess this is on you again, huh?
Yeah, I'm thinking what we have to do is just sub it out. You know, remove this dynamic thing that changes with the highlighted parameter, and just have a static header that explains what the graph is, or what it's trying to show.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I think that would resolve the comments that Manu's getting.
There's another one that the fact that we have a bar chart and then a pie chart, it's not the best UI UX. That it's confusing for people when you throw them the same data in 2 different presentations. So I think maybe we keep the bar chart. At least that was the feedback from the product designer, and so I don't know what we think about that, about just keeping the bar chart and just eliminating the pie chart. What do you guys think?
Does anyone have any thoughts on that?
I think the pie chart would be more useful if there was like maybe more context added to it. Let's look here. Got the thing open.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily think that it's the exact same information because it is like this relative, it's like how they match up relatively, which has some utility, although it's pretty minor. It's relatively minor utility.
Really, it's just showing like how each timed phase is relative to the other, right? So you can see how big your extension is in proportion to your vote duration and things like that. Which might not be as obvious when you're using a bar chart.
Yeah, I think it's like one strike for the pie chart, but it can take a couple swings.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it now, the only thing it says on top of it is Dow voting. So maybe we could have something like more descriptive there over the pie chart, I'm meaning.
Yeah, like relative time frames of I don't know, something about like the relative timing of the votes of each vote.
Okay. But that's good to know. And if there's more pushback, I mean, we can get rid of it, but I think it'll be useful just with a bit more context.
Yeah, I think it'll be useful in the debates, to pop it up and be like, look at, and it'll definitely I think it's very useful in the voting, right? Like in the GitHub issue, for sure, because it's nice to compare people's pie charts. Okay. Any other issues, Manu?
Just some minor ones that there's for example on module 4 conviction voting, there is a font, like a green font beneath conviction growth, where you click on it and it takes you to a graph. So there's an embed link there when you click on it, and it's not the same for effective supply. So that it was kind of confusing that you have the same font on one side, and when you click on it, it takes you somewhere, and on the other one, it's just like a bold type of effect. So maybe we could modify that so that people don't try to click on the one that is just for make it pretty. And yeah, that's just minor one. I can open I can put it on the Figma there.
I got it here.
And
I just don't understand what you're trying to say. I can see effective supply, and then there's the view graph. And what was the issue?
That when you click on the view graph, it actually takes you somewhere. There's an embed link there, like it takes you somewhere.
It opens
it
the overlay.
Yeah, it opens exactly. And the other one, it doesn't. It's just it's like a bold type of effect.
Well, the effective supply should have a tooltip that pops up. No? Or are we missing that?
Not on the Netlify. Check on the Figma.
Oh, maybe they haven't built it yet. Because normally when you hover over effective supply, there's a tooltip that tells you what it is. At least on the Figma.
Yeah, I see it. I see it on the Figma. Yeah, it's on the Figma. It's not on the. Yeah. Okay. Well.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't know.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. It's the same thing.
But it's the same thing that it's the same issue in the sense that when you click over where it says view graph beneath conviction voting, on the conviction voting module, I mean beneath where it says conviction growth, you click on the view graph and it pops up. It opens like a pop up. But on the other one, it's just like effect supply. Again, it's just minor thing. It's just aesthetic. He said that it's not the best practice in terms of like design So, yeah, and
Okay.
the other more important one was that it's not clear why we have 6 scenarios. We have, I'm talking about on conviction voting, still module 4. It's not clear why we have 6 scenarios. So we could make a better job at explaining why we have to contrast 6 different scenarios.
Will it make more sense when the scenarios are actually loading something? Maybe, like, because right now it just says in progress. Did they see what the scenarios were, like the text, or no?
You're talking about the table chart, Griff, in conviction voting. Or the table.
Yeah. Is that not what Mount Manu's talking about? Or you're not talking about these 6 scenarios?
Yeah, we're talking about the same thing, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, it just says in progress. Maybe if the scenarios had the actually table filled out, maybe it'd make more sense.
That is the difference between he asked about the difference between the chart and the scenario. That's not clear either. Or their relationship, I mean.
I could just add in a sentence just above that table.
Yeah.
That would be it.
Yes. And that's it.
Cool.
That's it for user feedback.
Great. I got some good notes from that.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you, Manu. Then Vitor, do you want to give us a tour of the dashboard?
Sure. Yeah, like I'm gonna put a expression here so for Discord, so I won't be able to share, but I have some updates from Pedro, who will not be able to come in. So I finished the review of submit page, so like it's functional, and I'm working with him to implement the integrate with the bot to generate the issue. Right now, like if you change there, like you change the inputs only, but then we're finding a way to like host the images, etc., the print screens of the charts and the outputs, so you see everything there. So this is pretty good. And he's implementing the second version of the ABC backend that changes that Megan did. So for the community call on Thursday, we'll have it done. And also he's with Fabio doing some fixes into the intro learn sections, especially more design things, since like almost all of the functionality things are done. So yeah, we'll be good to go then. And yeah, so for the next community call, I'll have the ABC working. Probably not the whole issue generation working, but for Sunday probably yes, because it's a little bit tricky. And then otherwise will be all good. Just after that, and I'm already looking at a little bit of scalability issues, because just this website as it is not be that much of a problem. But then like for every time you click submit, you generate like a lot of images, etc. And then we'll probably have to go to paid APIs, but it's pretty cheap. It's not that expensive. But then we'll have to do some scaling, etc. And like test, do some load tests as well to get sure that that a lot of people will be able to go at once and generate, such as we did with the common simulator, but now it's pretty lighter. And yeah, that's it. And then after I think Wednesday will be the ABC integration will be ready, so then Manu can get feedbacks and user testing on the ABC as well, which will be awesome. And yeah, and he's gathering another like front end general bugs as well. So that's it from the dev side. So watch out for the next community call.
Cool. Well then, do you need anything from us, Vitor? Is there anything that we can do to help you? Yeah,
I think like after you have the the ABC implemented, and then these review and submit will be awesome to have like more feedback on that. Like you guys go there, try to do everything and have like feedbacks, because right now it's pretty hard because it's not implemented, so it's hard to have some feedbacks. But after that, it'll be awesome. Like especially like the issue template, because probably like when you do that, you find new things to change in there, etc. So yeah, that's it. Because like we have a template in the HackMT that Mitch did, and then we're like just changing that. And then like if you want to change something, the structure, etc., will be really useful. But yeah, but a little bit in a few days.
Okay, cool. Well then, let's just have a closing round, because honestly, it's always nice to end calls super early, huh?
Can I ask a question
Yeah.
to Vitor? In terms of testing and stuff, I don't know how finished you guys are, but things like missing tooltips, are you guys at a point where we should start making issues for those?
Yeah, like as I said, there are like for example, like there are a few things in design that are not implemented on purpose, because we were focused in doing the like getting the functionalities up and ready. But since like we're almost there, they're splitting a few things to start doing these like fixes in the intro learning, because they're the first ones. But then they will be passed into the other ones. So I think it would be awesome to have already the issues in there.
Yeah, because I don't want
to. If it's something that is already in Figma and it's not in there, I would not create an issue, because they will pass through like Figma and the website and check out. But otherwise, like if there's something weird, I'll add there.
Right. So if it's in Figma but not in the
yeah, because they did not make a few things in purpose, because it would take too much time, and then they would focus first in like getting the other functionalities to run. But like you can create, but probably they would do anyway. But it's always good to over communicate as well.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Any other questions for Vitor, or any other comments? Oh, we can't hear you, Negan. No, still not.
You're broken.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, rage quit.
Yes.
No, just one small question for Vitor. Do you want me to push the bonding curve to the main repo? I've been doing it all on my private fork and deploying to my own Heroku, and I think Pedro has been using that. Are we at the point where I can just push it to you guys so you can do it all in the same backend, or do you want to keep it separate?
No, yeah. Like you can open a pull request and then review and add, because I'm still doing this as well with. I think I merged the one of the conviction voting, but then have like to deploy is one of them. You have the ABC full complete, and the other the conviction voting, so you can open a pull request and you can review, because then it's always everything in one place.
Okay, great. Then I'll do just that.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's do a closing round. So I know Benoit and not your handle, we're both looking for things to do, or how to jump in. And honestly, probably the most impactful way to jump in, and also the easiest way to like understand what we're doing and be productive at the same time, is to review these blog posts basically that are at the beginning of the module, and just note anything that you don't understand, right? that is the pieces that seem the most confusing, because we haven't gotten very much review on this content, and it would be really nice. You can even just like copy and paste it into a Google Doc and make comments, or you can make some notes if there's anything that you feel is confusing, and give us that feedback. It would be really that's because so much in the actual module is still being a work in progress, but this stuff we consider done. So it's probably not done, is the truth. So it'd be great to get some feedback there. But otherwise, great work. It's looking so beautiful. Vitor, Mitch, Mount Manu, thank you so much for the user testing. And I'm excited to just keep plugging away. I'll pass it to Lauren.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I mean, I don't really have any closing thoughts. I'll just pass to Mitch.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm really curious just to implement all this feedback here and see what else we'll get from people checking out the dashboard. And I'll give it to Nugget.
Yeah, sorry, I was a bit late, so I don't really have that much to add. I missed most part of Mount Manu's feedback, so I'll just pass it to Vitor. I think what I saw looks great, and I think we're on the right track there.
Yeah, like I'm pretty happy with the results, and I hope that after in the next Sunday call we can already go to everything, like through the whole models, and then create the issues, even though like it's not that complete, but then we'll have the full experience of like creating and seeing your issue posted, and I think that would be magical. And yeah, really happy and happy for the meaningful user test as well, and I think it's helping us a lot to improve the dashboard. And that's it. I'll pass to Chi.
Sorry, Victor, was that me?
Yeah.
I love the last part of it. It's I also got here a little bit late, and I'm distracted prepping stuff for the comms call. So I didn't really have anything new to catch up with. But yesterday we had a call, like Manu and I, where he showed me some of this. I guess I don't really have like nothing relevant to add right now, but I'm looking forward to put together like some really good and extended feedback soon for this dashboard, since we're also using it a lot in comms. I'll pass it to Septi.
Thanks, Chui. Yeah, thanks. I think you are doing a great job. I really like the Twitter engagement. It's to teach the community. I think this is very valuable. And yeah, I'll pass it to Benoit Kulesa.
Yeah, it's about a little bit the same. I found it quite impressive, all you have done. I have to read it more carefully, especially the what Griff wanted us to review, and I will read it carefully and make you some feedback maybe about it. And I would like to know, will it be next week same time, Tuesday, or?
Yeah, we have a 4-hour hack session on Sunday. It's 8 p.m. to midnight Europe time, and then we have this call at the same time every week.
Okay.
And then we have show and tell. And we have show and tell on Thursdays too, which is always pretty fun.
Thursday, what time?
That's the community call. Does anyone know what time that is? I can't remember.
It's
6
6
p.m.
CT, 8 p.m.
Oh, okay. I'll take community call. Okay, got it. Okay, so I'll pass it to Manu.
Thanks, Benoit. Yeah, just happy that the feedback was helpful, and I'll keep at it for next week. And that's it. I'll pass it back to you, Griff.
Let's see. It's not your handle. Did you have any final thoughts?
No, nothing to add. Saw the link you sent, and thanks for that. I'll do a a read through and review of the company.
Nice. Vitor, did you get a chance to give any final thoughts? You did? Mitch, did you as well?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I think that's everyone. I wasn't keeping as good a track as I usually do. Thank you guys, and enjoy your 20 minutes.